Oh, I have a problem. A problem that I want no one to intervene on, and I want to fully indulge myself. Welcome back, everyone. We probably won't do a game collection update video until next month because this one is going to be where I just recently picked up two new PS3s, two new-to-me PS3s. These are both from Japan. If you remember E3 2005, that was when we first saw, various PS3 models, the black, silver, and white trim, and what was supposed to be the final look of the console, right, where it was spec'd out with 6 USB, 2 Ethernet, 3 HDMI, and we all know that was scaled back tremendously, alongside the fact that there was only a black console at launch. Well, two black consoles, one with black trim, and that was the 20 gigabyte PS3. But I think you've all kind of noticed at this point that when I buy hardware or just sort of my preferences of colors, or I've said this much, but like I prefer black, like black on black on black. I love that stuff. And if I do opt for a color that's not black or gray or space gray, as Apple likes to call it for a lot of their products, then I usually buy blue. However, ever since E3 2005, those other two models have really, it's just something I always wanted, that white one and black one. And these are, this is as close as we're going to get to those consoles. And I say close because, the console didn't have all those ports, which you don't really need 6 USBs, or the 3 HDMI, the 2 Ethernet. Would have been cool, I guess, in certain situations, but most people wouldn't need that. The only real difference here, I guess, would be that this is when they not only removed PS2 backwards compatibility, all the ports, but also this trim right here is not the reflective chrome, but rather it's the sort of matte silver. So we can't quite get the original PS3s that they showed off before. But we've got the silver one here. Let's take a look at the white one, the white box at least. Anyway, I really wanted to grab these before they're really hard to find, complete in box. So, of course they're used. But the last time I checked eBay, which tells you what led to this, is that there really wasn't much population for these. So maybe I think for both of them, just 2 or 3 pages on eBay. And that's where it was like, okay, I guess it's time to buy. And there it is, our ceramic white PlayStation 3 and satin silver PS3, which, looking into the viewfinder of this video, I don't regret this whatsoever. Despite how many I have, I know I've accumulated a lot, but I just love these things. So now, let's take a look. The white one still has a reflective finish to it, kind of like the glossy original black ones, so that probably has a decent amount of scratches on it. I'm thrilled with the condition of the boxes, but I feel like that console is going to be... I tried to pick the one with the best pictures, and the seller was kind of, they were nice talking to me about it. Also, we've got our 6-axis, and I believe this should be a 6-axis, a silver 6-axis, so not DualShock 3. Oh, it is. That is interesting. Okay. See, this is the one thing I don't know, is that if these models inside of them, if they have a smaller die size. So I don't know if they come equipped with a 90 nanometer cell. I think 65, but then I look at the strictly 6-axis satin silver, and then I think maybe not. But they could have bought this controller after and paired it with this machine, although I think this is all original. Power cable. Our composite, which is boring. I've got so many of these now at this point, I don't even know why I keep them. Oh, daddy. Oh, it looks nice. Wow, yeah, it looks beautiful. Actually, when I had bought this one, the seller reached out after a week of not shipping it, which wasn't too unusual. They had a handling time of about 8 to 12 days, so always check that before. Don't hound the seller about them shipping it if there is a handling time, especially when it's like international. But the handling time was a week, and it was like, you know, coming up on a week, and the seller reached out and said, the one that you bought, I don't have, but here's a different one, still satin silver. And they sent these pictures, and they looked better than the listing that I bought from. So I was like, yeah, send me that one. So here we go, we got it. And oh, I am loving this thing. Loving it. So yeah, the trim right here, not a reflective chrome. Actually, and see, I didn't know this, but this is a bit of a glossy finish right here. This little trim panel right here. Hard to make out on video. This is a matte finish, the whole thing, even this trim. And that's reflective. There we go. You get a better look at it there. And they all have the warranty sticker, which pretty cool. I may or may not open these, take a look at them, see what's going on inside, check out how much play time there is, if there's a lot of dust accumulation. Because what I would like to maybe see or experiment with is if we can use a donor console to put proper chrome trim here, and then the other trim piece right here, this bottom one. This comes off very easily. It's just a bunch of clips right across that. So in theory, I don't see any reason why we can't swap those out. But the boards are a different shape, and the console is like principally everything inside is a different shape, right? So even the ports on these machines are oriented on this side versus across, like right there with the early 60 and 20 gigs. Now this white controller is no longer white. In fact, what was this a white controller, or is this thing like is it beige? Oh God, look. Well, oh, it's actually a little beat up too. It's like completely lifting off. Maybe this is like a good donor controller. Buttons, maybe it's got a good board inside it. More power cables. Well, at least we got a mini USB. Aftermarket HDMI. Guess it's always nice to have more of those. Should maybe not have the box rubbing on the other console. Oh, the power cable's right next to the PS3. Let's take a look at the white one. Fingers crossed. Oh, yes. She still looks pretty. She still looks beautiful. Wow. Well, the thing is too, I mean, and I know this from all the black glossy products that I buy, or all the black cars I've owned. Dirt, scratches, they all show up very easily on black. So even white still holds up pretty well when it's a reflective finish. So the white still looks good, and this is more prominent where you can tell that this is a glossy finish, but that's the satin trim. And there are a ton of black PS3's with the satin trim as well. Well, there we go. I'm actually surprised that the white has not stained all that much, and if I do look up top, and I don't know if the camera up there is going to really catch it, but there's a small layer of grime right there, you see that? But like not really a whole lot of yellowing going on. Nothing like the white controller where you're holding on to it all the time. But there we go. I love these things. Like this is what I wanted, right? The iconic trio. So let me grab my launch 60 gig up here. This is my launch console, which has never been opened. I don't know why, but when I got into opening and servicing consoles, which this one does not work, so you'd think I'd eventually repair it because it has sentimental value, but still has the warranty sticker on it. But we've got the trifecta here of the early 2005 PlayStation 3 reveal. Oh, we should do the what's that prominent thing that Kutaragi San did where he held the silver one. He held it proudly too. Like, did he do it this way? Yeah, we do it this way, right? He did it this way and was sitting there in his, or standing there in his suit. Oh, man. But you know what, though? It's part of that display case I was telling you all about. You just got a glimpse of my living room where it's kind of in disarray. So there's your proof. I don't want to do a full tour just yet because it doesn't look very pretty. But when I have more room, all the games will be organized in a much better fashion. And also there will be a display cabinet with various PlayStation hardware throughout history. And I really wanted to line up these three in particular because it is the closest to what we saw back then. Thank you so much for indulging with me on what is really completely unnecessary. But if you haven't yet, please subscribe for the best PlayStation news, reviews, and updates that are here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mystic Ryan. And that is it. I will see you all in my next video. You take it easy.